Hi Virgo, and welcome to your January Tarot and Lenormand reading. I'm going to use my Magic Soul Tarot today for you. Before we go into the tarot cards, I want to lay out the Lenormand. The Lenormand is a method that is mostly known in France and Germany. And as you can hear, I'm from Germany. So this is the method that most of the people in Germany are using for divination purposes. It's a method where you can have a look into every area of life in one card reading, and this is what we're going to do now. So I'm going to lay out all 36 cards to do the grand tableau. What are the energies for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in January? Okay, we have harmony and peace. We have the Child. So that could be a harmonious new beginning, or more harmony and peace with a child. Or maybe you make peace with your childhood. That could be something as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Dum, 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 da, da. Okay. So, I'm going to lay out all of the cards first, before I then go into the interpretation of those cards. Just from what I can see as the topic that we can see here, there might be something that we have 2 cards connected to this new beginning or the Child that talks about long term or something like this that is far away. So if this is connected to your inner child, you might make peace with something that was like a burden or like a challenge to you, connected to your childhood. You might feel a little bit more stable and secure. If this is not about your inner child or your childhood, could be a child of yours. Maybe child is far away, or physically or maybe metaphorically speaking, but you make, and that seems to be a very challenging journey. And you could find peace within that situation. On the other hand, if this is not about your child, a child, or your inner child, basically your childhood, then this could also talk about a new beginning. So some sort of journey has been quite challenging when it comes to this new beginning, but we could have a very peaceful and harmonious new beginning now. Something you have waited for, something that was long in the making. It might refer actually to love or something that you love. It is focused here on the heart, which obviously could be self-love as well. So a lot of love, a lot of, I've got protection here as well. So this new beginning could be very protected, or something connected to a child or your inner child where you feel very much protected. I do see also with the Sun card, which is the best card in the whole deck, falling onto that energy. Something might come into your awareness connected to a child or a new beginning. Also, this means a super successful and positive new beginning in love or something that you deeply love. So this could also refer to other things like work or a project. Yeah, we're going to go deeper into that. Let me just pull a couple more cards from the tarot. What are the energies for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in January? The energies. And we have the 4 of Pentacles. You're focused on stability, on a solid foundation. Opala, maybe even, 1 second, I just need to continue this here. Maybe even on saving up some money or securing yourself in some shape or form. I also get a very protective vibe. I feel like there's something you want to protect, or that you are protecting. Maybe yourself. What is a challenge? What is the biggest challenge for Virgo in January? Look at that, 5 of Pentacles. We do get the energy of disappointments, things that didn't turn out the way you thought they would. There might be emotional challenges, sadness or regret. What's the advice? What's the advice for Virgo? You need to put in some work, time or energy in order to be successful, or in order to achieve a goal, or in order to develop a situation further. And where is it going to lead towards? What's the development for January? Teamwork and building upon something. We have the Sun card at the bottom of the deck. So again, a very positive influence here. Let's dive deeper into your reading. This is your card, no matter of your gender. This is you. Just erase that picture and put your picture in it. There is another person, the male character of this deck. This, in those readings, in those general readings, is always another person. So just erase that energy, that picture, and just put the picture in of a person you're dealing with at the moment. And this could be a man, a woman, a friend, colleague. It could be a family member or a partner. So having said that, let's see what's connected here. I want to go into that energy first, because I feel at some point like you are in your own house, which basically means you're very much focused in a way of you're focused on yourself. I do get again this whole vibe of protection, securing yourself with something, and like I said, very much focused here on yourself. And there is this other person in your life where either money matters play a role. Money matters might have affected that relationship. If that is not money, the fish can also talk about the feelings. So you might have certain feelings, some sort of commitment, or some sort of, there is something connected to this other person where I feel like you feel like you're bound to this person or very much connected to this person. The things that are connecting you here, however, is the conversation, and then we have an ending here. So something connected to that person might have ended. Maybe communication has ended, or there is the communication about an ending. The ending also falls into the energy of the relationship. So again, we can see that there is a relationship that has ended, that is not growing. Maybe it's just stagnant. Maybe it hasn't ended, but it's just stagnant. And for some of you, like I said, there could have been simply a conversation that has been ended. We do, in the house of the letter, we have the conflict. So there was some sort of conflict conversation, or a conversation that caused a conflict, or you talked about conflicts. And we can also see here that a challenge, or maybe even a blockage, is now connected to that letter, to that conversation. So that again tells me that either it's very difficult and challenging to communicate, or maybe a communication is even blocked. That would make all sense when we see that there is that there is a relationship that might have ended here. So let's go a little bit deeper. I mean, the two of you are facing each other, but you're just on different levels. So it might be that there is some sort of slight difference between you, though you are kind of like liking yourself, each other. Like that is basically the meaning. When you're facing each other, you're turned towards each other, not against each other, right? So there is something in it where you are in a way liking each other, but then again, it seems like something is stagnant or maybe has even ended. We see the other person here in the house of change. So something has changed, or maybe something even is changing with the other person. And we can see also that there's some sort of challenge or blockage. Maybe something is far away. Maybe the person is far away. Or it has been a very difficult journey with this person. Now, this person might look into giving you something now, but in some aspect, I do also feel like that this thing that maybe this person is giving you a hard time, a difficult time, or this person maybe is thinking about giving you something in order to have a second chance or to have a new opportunity for a new beginning. But in a way, in the way they think about that, it almost seems like they either block themselves, or maybe they are blocked. Maybe they think like, oh yes, I could offer now something to Virgo and hopefully have a new beginning here, or a second chance. But in a way, I feel like it's not possible. It's such a big mountain here on top. And maybe that is because some sort of communication is blocked. I do see that there is the bear. Bear means there might be a very strong connection or something. It might also be that there is a hidden influence, because the bear is strength and is influence. And then we do see the ending here. There might have been some sort of hidden influence connected to that situation with this person, and that influence might be something to do with home, with family. Somebody from the private life might have in some shape or form influenced that person. We also see some sort of strategy here, being clever. The stability is kind of like blocked. We do have, it might just simply be that there is some sort of that is anchored. Maybe a blockage is anchored, and now maybe even you are thinking about a strategy of how to move forward, because it kind of like feels like that energy is really much blocked. Having a look around the relationship in itself, we do see something is nagging on you. There might have been a conflict because of a loss or the fear of loss. Also, financial conflicts might have played a part here. On the other hand, within that situation, a conflict could also be that you feel conflicted with that relationship because of the loss or a fear of loss or something really nagging on you. Also, we can see here that with these are the owls. Usually there are birds on it, and birds have a very stressy, nervousness, hectic, chaotic energy. So in general, this is my card for telling me that there's something really stressing you out when it comes to that relationship, that connection. And also this the ring is in the house of the fish again. So again, either finances played a part within that, or you have a feeling of commitment in some shape or form, or that you're bound to this other person. Where is the love? Let's have a look. That doesn't necessarily need to be a love relationship. I just want to move a little bit further now into the energies of love and things that you love, and see if we can get a bit more information on about this situation, or maybe even another situation. So having a look around the heart. There are complications and delays in your love life, or connected to something that is very dear to your heart. We do see a change connected to home, family, to your private life. Also with the fox going in there, the fox moving into your home life, your private life. It might be important to be careful. Besides the fact that the fox is a strategy, somebody could have a strategy here in your private life. The fox has a very difficult energy in that sense, because usually in Lenormand it's not like the best energy. It's like, be careful, somebody might have a strategy, there might be some deceit, something might be false here. On the other hand, if you look in real life, the fox is not stealing the chicken because he wants to be mean, but he's thinking about his own self-interest. So somebody here connected to love, or a situation that you deeply love, might have a certain self-interest in that person. Seems to be either from the family or from your private life here, or it has something to do with home. It could also mean that you have a certain self-interest now. Maybe your self-interest connected to your private life, your home, or your family is some sort of change. And the interesting thing is that we have two cards next to the heart that all talk about openness. This whole thing is about having an open heart, Yes, the key could talk about solutions, but I feel it more like there's something, I feel like in January there's some sort of heart opening, and therefore a change, or the wish for a change when it comes to your home, your family, or your private life, or something that is very close to your heart. Also, I feel like there is some sort of, it feels like you want to protect your heart as well, because while there is this openness connected to the heart, I also feel like there is a certain self-interest here to protect yourself. Maybe this is because of the Five of Pentacles that we see here, because there are emotional challenges, like I said, disappointment, regret, sadness. Maybe this is why you kind of like feel like you want to protect yourself. On the other hand, we do have the heart in the house of the snake. Snake stands for complications and delays, falls also onto the child. So in some shape or form, there might be some sort of new complications and delays when it comes to the matters of the heart, but also somehow connected to the energy of the child. Like I said, for some of you, that means connected to your childhood. It might be something connected to your mother that comes up in this month. Maybe some new information. Maybe you learn something connected to the mother or a mother figure that is somehow connected to your childhood or to a child. On the other hand, if this is a new beginning, it could also talk about there are some sort of new complications and delays, because there is some sort of really good new beginning, but then it is kind of like connected to the snake here, which basically means a harmonious, peaceful new beginning, or new peace here. Then we do see about something that you love. We see it very successful. We see new awareness, new clarity when it comes to it. But there might be a little twist that there's some sort of complication here. In the house of your love, I do see the anchor. Usually the anchor is my main card for work, which we're going to go into in a second. But that could mean in terms of love, that there's something connected to your love life that is really anchored, or something that you really love that gives you joy and stability, or something that is just kind of like anchored. Before we go into work and into finances, I do want to have a closer look around you, because there's something a little bit unclear, and the unclarity again falls onto the house, which basically means something is unclear connected to your home life, your private life in general, the house, the family. There are some sort of unclarities, and there might have been some sort of separation or withdrawal. You might feel, and now we have an interesting combination, because the fish and the tower can talk about two different things. It depends on how you see the fish. If the fish talks about finances, then there could have been some sort of unclarity connected to financial independence or a withdrawal of finances. If this is about feelings, somebody might be very withdrawn, emotionally withdrawn, or the feeling of isolation, the feeling of being alone could play a part here in that situation. And that is kind of like a confusing energy, as it also falls onto your private life. It almost does feel like there's some sort of hidden knowledge, some sort of unclarity when it comes to knowledge about somebody's emotions and feelings, which is influencing the relationship. You're thinking about an emotional conversation. Maybe there is some sort of emotions that you communicate in order to get clarity, in order to clear up something. That could be something you're thinking about at the moment, which then also leads to some sort of destined decision or new paths opening. And on the other side of that option or this path opening is again the Sun. Two bright cards. I mean, this is your card, but I feel like there is an opportunity for clarity. There's an opportunity for happiness and success. And this is connected to emotions being communicated in order to gain clarity. A stressful, that's also the thing, right? There's this energy of the, there's really something nagging on you when it comes to that connection, that relationship. There is really a lot of stress. At the same time, I feel like you've gained a lot of wisdom through that experience you had with that relationship. And the door can talk about support in some shape or form. One energy that plays a part in this whole scenario might be the energy of support. Maybe there was a stressful situation connected to helping and supporting somebody. And also, obviously, since we do have the independence with the Tower, we do have dependence with the dog. So there might be some sort of dependency that is causing stress and nervousness here connected to a relationship. But then also I see that there is a new opportunity for communication leading up to some sort of decision. Maybe you need to make a choice to communicate something, or a conversation is coming in. That might be the new thing that is coming. And maybe with the snake, the snake doesn't always need to be complications in that sense, but it could be delays. So a new beginning might be very much delayed, and you have asked yourself maybe, when is this going to happen? Because we said that already, it was long in the making. Something was took really a long time. So in that sense, a snake can just simply indicate this whole windy road. So again, maybe some sort of communication that took a while to happen, or that is going to take a while to happen, will lead to some sort of decision which is very destined. There's something destined. Destiny is a destined change, is falling and influencing that decision. And I mean, the change here is connected directly to the other person. Okay, let's go a little bit more into the whole financial thing, because it seems like it plays a part here as well. A couple of things I said already. So there is some sort of conflict when it comes to finances. If we now go and just look for the finances for January, then it does seem like there is an opportunity for you to be seen, appreciated, and valued. And there might be some important letter or information coming in that is connected to you being seen and appreciated, and therefore that has an influence onto your finances. At the moment, I feel like there is a bit of a conflict when it comes to your finances. Maybe because there are like little reoccurring payments that are just stressing you out. It's like, oh, and another one, and another one, and another one. So that's a little bit stressful. And therefore, in that sense, in January, your financial independence, there could be some unclarities. Maybe could be because of a house, because of the family, because of a house, because of something in your private life where it's just like little reoccurring payments, and another commitment, another thing, and that is causing a little bit of stress here. So in terms of finances, I would say just be a little bit mindful. Maybe there's something that you can change, so you can just check where you can save some money here, in order. I mean, a little bit helps already, right? So if you have those little reoccurring payments, it's like £5 here, £2 here, and so on and so forth. Then if you just save them up, you might see that you are able to actually save like £20 a month or something, right? Or even more. So that's the energy I get for you here. And when we now look into the work, What's really interesting is that we have the cross here with the sun, which basically means some sort of burden is being lifted, or some sort of burden or karma is being lifted when it comes to your work. With the work being in the house of love, you do something that you love to do or that is really dear to you. But I also can see that there is some sort of cut. There is a cut connected to work. Maybe you have made a cut, maybe that was difficult. But in the end, it was for the best, because we have the Sun card here. So even if there is the energy of letting go of something, in a way, with the Sun card here, it has been a success. Maybe you also were harvesting a lot of success when it comes to your work life here, or you are harvesting a lot of success, which basically means that something that was kind of like very burdened is being released in a way. Also, the cross is connected to loss. So what is the burden, or what is nagging on you? There is something that is heavy on you. That might be a burden. Also, maybe that you feel like really you have back pain from your, or you have like, I almost get a sense of that there was something connected, maybe even physically, to work, where you had some sort of issues. But I also see that this is being released now. Something is going to develop now better. There is new stability. Also with the fox, maybe there was some sort of strategy in order to secure yourself in a work or business way, and something in your private life cropped up where you needed to have a strategy, and in a way that has influenced, had an influence on the burden connected to the business. Again, I feel like with the Sun card, even though the cross is on top of the sun, I feel like something is being lifted. Whatever has been a burden connected to your work life is being taken away slowly. And for some of you, and we can see this here as well, because there is the challenge. There are some sort of challenges, which then again, it could be stress. Maybe stress and nervousness, that could have been something that had affected you. Maybe you needed time out connected to work. Maybe you needed to make a cut, go down on the hours or something like that, in order to recover from some sort of stress, burden and challenge that you experienced here with your work life. And so your self-interest in security and in feeling stable and secure, or maybe your interest went a little bit more into your private life, because you felt like you need to now take care a little bit more you need to take care of yourself a little bit more. So that could have been here as well. Some sort of success is very hard earned. I feel like you've worked hard for being recognized and seen. So very well and hard-earned success I see here. All right, and then we went into most of the cards already. We do have the Three of Pentacles. So I do feel you're gonna use the advice here, and you're gonna start working on something, developing something, maybe even with others. Maybe you're gonna let your friend help you. There might be a friend circle who either 2 or 3 or whoever there is, it could be a bigger team, is helping you to create some stability, or to create something, or develop a situation further. Obviously that could be in business, it could be friends helping you build up something, or feeling more stable and secure. So that's another aspect. And then with the Sun card here, we see that the overall energy with the Sun card is, hey, don't worry so much, everything is going to work out well. The Sun is this feeling of no worries, it's all good. Even though you might not really feel it at the moment, because it's the last card. When we go, basically, we picked all of the cards from here. Now we have a look underneath. So it is an energy that shows itself, but more like, don't worry, it's all gonna work out, even though you might not see everything working out right now in January, but it is coming. All right, Virgo, I hope you resonate with this reading. If so, please leave a like, a comment, or subscribe to the channel, and I'm looking forward to do your next reading.